Welcome to the Eternal ROI Podcast, where we share the real stories of workplace transformation. And now, here are your hosts, Will Stewart and Chris Patton.
Welcome to the Eternal ROI Podcast. Good to have everybody watching and listening along. I'm Will Stewart, joined as always by Chris Patton, CEO of His Way at Work. Hey, Chris, it's just you and me today.
It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
It should be some fun.
I know. And we have kind of a special announcement today. It's the end of a series, of a chapter of an era. I don't know. Era.
Yeah.
That sounds epic.
I like that.
But we have some new things, some new exciting things that we're going to be launching very soon. So what are those things that people can be expecting?
Well, it's really going to be great, Will. So what we're going to do is go a little deeper dive into the businesses of our guests. So if you look back over the last era, we've been doing stories, interviewing business people, business owners and leaders, and getting a sense of who they are, how they made the decisions to go into the business with their faith. And we've touched on some nuts and bolts here and there, but what we have found is people want to know a little bit more about how does it actually work? When I take my faith into the business, what does it look like? How can I do it specifically? Give me some examples. Give me a little bit more help in the nuts and bolts. So instead of kind of staying above the trees, we're going to drop down into the forest. We're going to do some digging. We're going to find some best practices. We're going to talk about some different ways that these business owners approach faith in the workplace. And I think it's going to be good. We're going to talk to CEOs. We're going to talk to carrying team leaders in these businesses with the CEO not sitting there.
Yeah.
And we're going to get some of the truth about what's going on in these companies. And we'll scatter in some other guests as well and get some other perspectives. But I think the deeper dive, the practical answers that we've been asked about, I think that's going to be a fun experience.
Yeah, and we've heard from people that have been listening to the show, and so grateful for everybody that has taken the time to listen, to give us feedback. And, people love the inspirational side of things. They love hearing the stories. It's good to know you're not alone.
That's right.
So a lot of times that's the first feelings, right? I'm on an island. I'm the only one feeling these feelings. Yeah. And, should I actually act on them and actually do something? But it goes beyond that. It goes to the practical, the meat and taters, to actually get into the weeds, like you said. This is exactly how people are actually doing it. And hopefully it's an inspiration for people to move and to change.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. So if you've been listening to us for a while, or even if you just started and you say, I get this. I understand God owns the business. God owns my job, and he's got a purpose for me. And I'm going to be held accountable to how I execute on that purpose. But now you want to know, how do I do it? Yeah. We're going to get into that.
I'm so excited about it. It's going to be fantastic. And another change is you're going to be exclusively hosting. You're taking the reins.
Say what?
Going to be, you weren't told? Oh, man.
Seriously, you're ditching me? You realize when I was 23, my dad dropped me off in Rock Hill, South Carolina to run a dealership and just left me there. He's like 300 miles away, just dropped me off like a stray dog. And you're going to do this.
I'm going to do it to you. Just sounds like there's some therapy needed for that. That's the whole difference.
There are some scars there for sure. So the episode is not going to be quite as good looking and about 20% of the hair. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yes, that's true. They did tell me this ahead of time. And we'll see how that goes. I'm excited about it. It'll be one-on-one, a little bit more pointed, and we're going to dive in, like I said, to some of the nuts and bolts. We'll see how it goes. And, I won't say that you'll never pop back on when maybe I'm not feeling so good or at the beach.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It'd be an honor to help and serve any way I can. Definitely will be in the background cheering you on, and a huge fan of this opportunity. It's been great to get to meet everybody, to talk to them directly, and to also work with you. You're always a pleasure to work with. I know.
You're paid well to say that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Thanks for the $20.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah,
I want my change.
Yeah. But it's been a great opportunity. I've loved it, and I'm excited for this new chapter. I think you're going to do amazing as the host. So
it's going to be great.
It'll be really
I'm
good.
looking forward to it as well.
Lots of great people that we've talked to over this past year plus. It's been 50 plus episodes. I know we've had some reruns, but 50 plus episodes. Some really inspiring people. It's probably hard to pick a favorite.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, two that kind of what I was thinking about, like all these names. I think of Joel Delph. That guy is just so excited.
He needed to try decaf, didn't he?
He did.
That guy was full of energy.
Yeah, big energy. Richard Williams was another one, just high energy guy. Mark Whitaker,
my goodness.
just high. And these people love Jesus, and it's so infectious. There's so many episodes where I would go home and I just talk about them to my wife and be like, man, I was so inspired.
Yeah, well, you say wife, and that makes me remember James and Corinna Reuter.
Yeah.
And then Rick and Holly Beatonbow.
Yeah.
Both of those episodes where we had both of the husband and wife that are somewhat or completely involved in the business to share how they approached it together.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to tell you the stories there, especially with the Beatonbows when I went to visit their location, just to hear how they interact together, it's inspiring. And it's affected my wife and I in a positive way.
Yeah. So I feel like I've gotten the most out of these episodes, just being here and listening and talking to these people. So it's been fantastic. So this reset means there's going to be a little bit of a gap.
Yep. So we're going to not drop an episode for the next month or so.
Yeah.
And then we'll do some resetting and adjusting, and then we'll come back hard and fast, ready to roll.
Bigger and better than ever.
Maybe not bigger, and hopefully a little bit better, or just as good, maybe.
Yeah.
Or almost quite as good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be something that's going to help a lot of people. So I think until next time, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in a month, or you'll see them in a month.
Yeah, I will. Thank you for listening to another episode of Eternal ROI. If you like what you heard, we would love for you to take a moment and leave us a review and share an episode with somebody you know. If you are inspired to begin bringing the power of God's love into your workplace, take a moment and check out our free assessment at hwaw.com. It'll only take you a few moments. It'll give you a snapshot of what your company looks like and maybe some ways to move forward. Just click on the link in the show notes, and we'll see you next time.